I realized that the kitchen lighting is the best lighting, but not so great with the background. Yeah.
Alright, so here we go. My name is Chloe Chisholm and I am on the road to become a minimalist. Yep, you heard that correctly. I'm getting rid of all the shit in my life and throwing it right out the window and never looking back. If you think about it, we're constantly going into stores and looking at stuff that's being thrown in our faces and basically telling us that we need it when really it adds zero value to our lives. So here's me. Oh wait, no, that's not me. That's me. And this is my road to becoming a minimalist.
In this episode of The Road to Minimalism, we are going to be talking about impulses and how we simplify our walls, getting rid of wall decor and extra stuff like pillows and blankets. So I wanted to talk to you guys about impulses and impulsive buying and how we can really just get rid of that. So these are the frames that I ended up buying, one's not even open yet. So instead of me telling you how I impulsively bought 5 different frames at Michael's, let's talk about impulses. Impulses are probably the most annoying thing. The minute you walk into a store, you just see all this stuff that you want and then you impulsively buy it. So I don't know if you find yourself always in a store and you're like literally about to buy so much crap that you don't need, and you go home and you completely regret it, or you just don't regret it, but you really do know that you just impulsively bought all this crap. You gotta question everything we're about to bring in our lives. We have to question, does this add value to my life? And if it does, then bring it on in. If it doesn't, then put it back. And don't leave the store with 10 different bags. In this video, you will see me going to Michael's, which I've been to that store probably about 1 million times. And in this particular time, I impulsively bought 5 different frames and a bunch of wall decor right after I painted my room white. And the reason why I painted it white was to simplify and not put anything on my walls. Here I am in this situation where I'm buying all this wall decor when I didn't want to put anything on my walls anyways. So how do we get rid of that impulse? Well, we don't. We just have to really work around it because it happens. We make impulsive decisions and we usually regret them. Anyone who's watching this series and is trying to learn more about minimalism, what my challenge is for you is next time you go into a store, if you're picking up something and you pick up this shirt and you're in like Forever 21 or wherever, and you pick it up and you're like, okay, I really like this shirt, you should think about, well, is it gonna add value to your life? Do you really need any more clothes than you already have? And do you have clothes that are similar to this? Because I find that I'm always in a store that has leggings or jeans, and I know I already have 5 pairs of jeans at home, and this pair looks exactly like one of my pairs, but I want to buy it anyways. That happens to me a lot, that you already have similar clothing, so you really don't need to buy something that literally looks the same as your other piece of clothing you have at home. So that happens a lot. So next time you're in a store, you pick up the piece of clothing, you ask yourself, do I have anything that's already like this? Is this adding value to my life? Do I really need to be buying clothes right now? Because if you're those people who have a ton of clothes, you don't need to buy more clothes. So that is my challenge for you. If we want to talk a little bit more about impulses, you really just need to train yourself to stop to stop doing that. I'll still go into a store and be like, ooh, I'm feeling like I'm gonna impulsively buy something, so I've trained myself to always ask myself, is this gonna add value to my life? A lot of people ask, does this ruin shopping for you? No. If you look at it one-sided, yes. If you look at it in a different perspective, like you're not bringing all this crap that you don't need into your life, then you're like, oh, this is an awesome thing to do. In my opinion, it doesn't ruin shopping for me. I still love looking at stores and getting ideas, and I love the fact that when I do buy something, I know when I'm buying something that it is adding value to my life. So it just makes that item more valuable to you and more precious, and like, oh my God, this is awesome, because you know it's adding value to your life. Another suggestion, having a goal on, if you have something that you want to buy, that can also help you not make impulsive choices and buy like the next best thing that you don't need. If I'm saving up for a new camera, which is pretty pricey, if I'm going into a store and looking around, I can say, okay, I don't need to buy this because I already have a goal in mind. I already have something that I want to buy. And all this money is going towards that one thing. So I don't need to buy all this extra stuff that's not going to make me feel satisfied or, add any value to my life. I'm saving up for that one thing that I know is going to add value. Dun, dun, dun.
So here is my basically gallery wall. This is what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on, once I do redo my room, which I will be doing, it's not gonna have any frames. It's just gonna have this with pictures all over it. If you're looking to simplify your walls in your room or wherever, I would suggest doing something like this, something where it's not permanent, not that hanging a frame is permanent, but it doesn't damage your walls. I have this taped on. I've actually had this on my wall since before Christmas, so it's been a long time and it still has not fallen off. That is one way that I'm simplifying things, is getting rid of frames and having clear walls like I do now besides the whiteboard. Another impulse buy was this. Bought this at Michael's, pretty much the only store I shop at, and I'm getting rid of it because it's pointless and it does not add value to my life. I haven't even hung it up on my wall and I've had it for months. It's just been sitting right in that corner. So that is my decision, is just to get rid of it. When you're looking through stuff, when you're getting rid of stuff, you just have to think, is this actually going to add value to my life? Do I use it on a daily basis? If not, get rid of it because it's not giving you it's not adding any value or meaning to your life. So this is a perfect example of something that's not adding any value to my life because I don't use it. I don't hang it up on my wall. It's just sitting in a corner. So why the hell is it sitting in my room if I don't use it? I picked out a few pillows and blankets that I know that I don't use, and I decided to donate them because I don't need them on my bed if I don't use them, and now it looks more simpler. I'm getting rid of this whiteboard that has been on my wall since I was like 2, but I've never really used it as what it's supposed to be used for. So I'm getting rid of it, but I have to take off pictures, and I'm going to keep the pictures, but I'm not going to keep things like the magnets, which I won't use because I won't have a whiteboard to put them on anymore. And that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to separate it into 2 piles, things I'm going to throw out, and the pictures that I'm going to keep. Remember to take pictures of anything that you want to throw away but you don't want to forget about, sentimental things like this I Love Pugs magnet. I just took this down, this shelf that used to be there, and once I do paint, I'm painting my room white. I'm gonna fill in these marks or whatever, holes. So that's something else that I got off my wall. I am feeling so good about my progress today. I went from having a ton of clutter to now having pretty much almost no clutter. I got rid of pillows and blankets that I haven't used, and I got rid of wall decor that was just pointless and not really adding any value to my life or making my walls look good. It just made it look bad. So I'm feeling super, super good about this, and I cannot wait to declutter even more.
here's a little story. So I went to this huge mall we have nearby my town with one of my closest friends, and we went to Forever 21, and it's 2 stories. There's a top floor and a second floor, and I was so overwhelmed by all the clothes, all the random stuff everywhere. There was all this stuff on both floors, and then there was this whole entire section of a sale rack, like everywhere. It was so much clothes, so much stuff that was on sale. It was all crappy stuff, but I was looking at it and I was like, oh my god. I videotaped it, which you'll see a clip somewhere, and I was just like, this is so incredibly overwhelming, but it just gave me more knowledge about how the stores just try to get us to buy anything. And we need to be strong. When you're in line, you see all this other stuff, this like little gateway that's guarded by more crap and more stuff, and the people, they're trying to get you to buy it. But you gotta be strong, man. You gotta be strong.